Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my stop on the Pining For You Lawn Fawn Fab 5 YouTube hop and giveaway. You may have come to my channel from one of the other stops on the hop, and if you don't know me, hello, my name is Steph Williams. I'm a paper crafter and card maker from Queensland, Australia. And today I'm going to show you how I made this card as part of this hop. To get started, I'm going to show you all the things that I am planning on using for today's card. This might change. I always seem to pull out more than I use by the end. Sometimes I then end up digging in my stash to get out more if a different idea comes to mind. So what I'm planning on doing today will be using this little sentiment here, the Would You Be Mine, and probably a few of these adorable little stamps with these tiny little words. I've got the All My Heart stamp set here. I really want to use this mouse. He is just too cute. Excuse the kitty cat sneezes in the background if you heard that. I would also like to use this little heart balloon and one of the strings from this set. I know this is a Christmas set, but I haven't had a chance to use these mice yet, and I thought them kissing was just so cute and would look really good in this card. I can just trim the mistletoe off when I get to them. And because I'm obsessed with the mice, and I've already got one floating down here, very similar to this, I thought it would be cute to have this little guy down the bottom of my scene. I did pull this out for one of the last cards I made and didn't end up using it, but today I think I'm really feeling using some of these little hearts that I will cut out of some cardstock soon. I'm also planning on using these hearts today. So I have already cut out my cardstock. I've got my largest of the stitched rectangles, which I have used to cut 2 pieces of white cardstock. I have got one plain. This is going to be in the background of this card front, and I cut another, which I have already used these 2 hearts to cut out. I will pop a picture here of the card that has inspired today's project. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the piece that is going behind the top piece with the cutouts. And for this, I'm going to be using my cloud stencil and some dried marigold and worn lipstick Distress Oxide inks. We won't be able to see the whole background. I will ink it all up. And because we won't see it all, and I do want both colors shown, I'm going to alternate which color I use for each line of clouds. Now I think I'm kind of going backwards there, and I don't like that very much, so I'm going to go down to the bottom and start down here and then just see if I like that better. Okay, so that didn't quite turn out exactly as I thought. I don't know what I'm doing wrong today. Just a bit all over the shop, I think. But I am kind of liking it. I do quite like it. I will keep it. I'm not going to redo it. I'm going to use what I've made. I am just going to fill in this last little bit down the bottom with some pink. Not that I really need to, because I think all of this part will be covered up, but I feel like it'll just look pretty for the video's sake. Well, there we go. So that is going to be our cloudy background. I will also use a little bit of each of these colors to create some flecks, and I will grab some of my gold watercolor pigments as well. While I'm here, I'm also going to sprinkle some of these colors onto this piece as well, just so that it's not so plain white. Now I'm just going to give that a little bit of time to dry. Okay, so at the beginning I did say I was going to use this set with the little balloon, but instead I found one that was already like entirely pieced together from another set, so I've used this one instead. Okay, so here are the Copic markers I am going to be using today to color in. Just a few to keep my color scheme nice and minimal. We don't want to go overboard, especially with already having a few different colors for the background over here. So while I am colouring in, I will speed this up, which probably means the audio won't match the colouring. That's alright. But now is the perfect time to talk to you about today's hop. So if you've never watched one of our hops before, it's super simple to participate. All you have to do is hopefully watch and enjoy the video, then hop along to the next stop that will be at the top of the description box below. You'll find the link there. That's going to take you to another YouTuber's channel who is part of this hop, and they have another beautiful project waiting there for you. Lawn Fawn is sponsoring this hop again, which is amazing. We have so many lovely businesses that frequently sponsor our hops. It's always so nice to have that kind of support from these companies, especially Lawn Fawn when we're using their products. So as I said at the beginning of this video, this is a hop and giveaway. So with Lawn Fawn sponsoring us, we have a gift voucher for our winner. The details for that will be below in the description box as well. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is leave us a comment. You don't have to leave anything special. A simple hello is just fine, but I always love it when my viewers let me know from which part of the world they are watching. And so once you've done, we do ask that you hop along to all stops and leave a comment on everyone's projects to go in our draw. In the Fab 5 group, we like to make a point of using both our old and new Lawn Fawn stamps and products. So today you can see that I've got some old stamp sets here and some new ones. It is my favorite way to go about using the Lawn Fawn products, as I have so many. I can't ignore all my old ones. That just wouldn't be fair on them. I would love to know in the comments maybe what your current favorite Lawn Fawn product is, whether it be old or new. Or maybe you could tell me what your very first Lawn Fawn product ever was that you purchased. I do love knowing what first grabbed your attention for this brand. For me, it was the Out of This World stamp set, as I was looking for space-themed decorations for my son's first birthday, and he's going to be turning 8 this year, so that shows how long I've been using Lawn Fawn for. And it probably gives you an indication of how big and intense my collection is getting. I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of music as I finish colouring these in. Next up we have highlighting, and today I'm probably going to put the size 1 down and just use the 08 and the 05. Now that my highlights are done, I'm going to fussy cut these out and get them ready for our card front. Okay, so I'm going to stamp directly onto my background here, which I know is always a fun little risk in case it goes wrong, but I figured if I do it now and if I don't like it, I can always grab one of those banners, the banner dies, and use that to cover this up instead. But I think this will be just fine. There we go. I do love that font, it's very cute. So what I'm doing here is not entirely necessary. I just have a whole heap of these foam sheets in my craft stash that can be used up. Craft foam would work perfectly, or you know, the double-sided foam strips. That stuff's great. I actually don't own any of that at the moment. The crafting budget is very tight. So this is just my solution to giving this a bit of dimension. So once there is some double-sided tape on the back of that, I'm simply going to line up my backgrounds, making sure my clouds are the right way up, and then I'm going to stick these two together. Now it's time to start assembling this scene. So I'm using a mix of little foam squares and some very small strips that I have cut into smaller pieces to give these little guys some dimension. Okay, so I'm feeling like that's really cute, but this space is looking a little empty. So's up here, I've got a little idea to fill in those gaps. So I'm just grabbing a bit more of the inks that we used earlier, and I'm going to ink up one of, I guess it's like the offcut that was sitting in there before I cut it out. So I'm just going to use a bit of each color, and then I'm going to use these little hearts to cut that out and have some little hearts to stick on the background. Okay, so now that I have cut out those little hearts, I'm then going to stick them on my background. I've just got two with some tiny little foam squares, and the rest I'm going to glue down flat. Okay, now it's time to add this to a card base. And there we have it. This card is complete. I hope you love it. It is very cute. I am quite happy with how it turned out. If you like this card, then please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and come back to see what I make next. As I said earlier, the link to the next stop on this hop is in the description box below. Make sure you hop along and get your entries in for our giveaway. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.